What do you know about 19th century racism?
It was mostly towards black fellows, and it caused slavery, war, and distress. I also know that people were slaves against their will due to the pigment of their skin.
What insights did you gain from reading Lies My Teacher Told Me?
It helped me understand what kinds of things students learn in textbooks today, and I learned the reality of what people did to others.
Although the text focuses on U.S. textbooks, how is the information relevant to Canadian students of social studies?
In Canada, we learn about some American history like the Underground Railroad, and not many students know the realism of what happened in the slavery years.
Okay. What surprises you the most about the text Lies My Teacher Told Me?
I was mostly surprised about how we don't learn about white slavery and how the textbooks only learn a brief about black slavery.
How does knowing of the past help us to make better choices in the future?
Well, it helps us understand the mistakes that happened in the past so we don't make the same mistakes and make wiser choices in the future.
Nadia! Keep going. Okay, what was the biggest problem pointed out that you might have a part in fixing?
Well, like treating all races with respect and accepting others.
Cool. Okay.
Wait, how does racism in the form of slavery serve to benefit the slaveholder socially and economically?
It makes the slaveholder feel powerful, and it makes them look like they're wealthy or are wealthy. They make more money, and they earn more respect from the slave owners. And they become more socially popular.
In what ways was 19th century Canada affected by colonialism?
Since slaves came to Canada to escape, it made Canada more of a free country.
What do you think is the legacy of American slavery today?
The legacy is it changed people and made some people become racist, or some people become more empathetic to other races.
Can you think of some examples of how colonialism still affects us today?
Immigration and racism.
Okay. What evidence of injustice did you find while reading the booklet?
People were slaves against their own will due to the color of their skin. Racism is still not abolished yet, and taking land from and destroying indigenous peoples and enslaving Africans to work. Europeans considered Africans to be stupid, backward, and uncivilized. White claimed that black people were so hopelessly inferior that slavery was a proper form of education. Naturally, whites were on top and blacks on the bottom. African slave trade. 4 million slaves in America. Some immigrant groups faced harsh discrimination, and people of color are themselves responsible for being at the bottom. In Lies My Teacher Told Me, what form did you find hypocrisy in?
I found that whites believed that they were better than the blacks, and the blacks were on the bottom while the whites were on top. And the whites had more power and the slaves didn't, and they thought they were smarter and they could do anything to the blacks. Enslavement of Africans became legal, and African slave trade. That was one of them.
In the article Lies My Teacher Told Me, what form did you find prejudice in? That whites were smarter and blacks were stupid and uncivilized and stuff, and people of all color are themselves responsible for being at the bottom, lower class.
So guys,
Is that all of it? Okay.
this is my